Radio Changelo, restoring everything in Christ with love and truth. Good morning, with Community News. My name is Sarah Tamina. Kindly be informed that we're also streaming live on our Radio Changelo Facebook page. The headlines: Disband National Trust Fund for Persons with Disabilities. Traditional leaders play a key role in reducing child marriages. An upcoming musician appeal for help. And now the news in detail. The Zambia Deaf Women and Youth ZDWY has called for the disbandment of the National Trust Fund for Persons with Disabilities. According to ZDWY, the trust fund was established a decade ago and has continued to exist with the repeal of the Persons with Disabilities Act of 2012. ZDWY Executive Director Frankson Musukwa says the institution has proven to be irrelevant, alleging that it has never benefited the differently abled persons. Mr. Musukwa adds that his members applied for loans some time back and were promised 2,500 kwacha each by early January 2021, but to no avail. He is now asking government to come up with a proper initiative to empower persons with disabilities. Some youths in Kitwe's Mkana constituency have implored Mopani Copper Mine to consider allowing them to scavenge for some copper wastes in the area called D Dam Site, which is behind Chachacha Township. The youths who gathered at the dam site yesterday complained that they are currently not working and need something to fend for their families. They also wondered as to why some youths in other towns have been given the dam site without considering them. They told Radio Chamberlain News that once empowered, criminal activities would also reduce in areas such as St. Anthony, Kandabwe, Chachacha, and Miseshi areas. And Small Scale Miners Association of Zambia spokesperson Samson Mpembe said he was hopeful that the dam site would be given to youths following the taking over of Mopani by government through ZCCMIH. Cases of child marriages in Masaiti district are reported to have reduced following the involvement of traditional leaders. Masaite Council Chairperson Christine Chande confirmed the development to Radio Chengelo News in an interview. Ms. Chande explained that traditional leaders have continued to engage their subjects on the importance of educating a girl child. She further said that other cases of gender-based violence, such as wife battering, has also reduced in the rural part of the Copper Belt. Zambia has been elected as one of the full vice presidents of the United Nations Conference of the State Parties to the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, CRPD. The Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities is an international human rights treaty of the United Nations intended to protect the rights and dignity of persons with disabilities. The election means that Zambia will represent the African group in New York in the Bureau of the Conference of the State Parties for the period 2021 to 2022 as vice president. The convention follows decades of work by the United Nations to change attitudes and approaches to persons with disabilities and is intended as a human rights instrument with an explicit social development dimension. According to a statement by First Secretary Press at the Permanent Mission of the Republic of Zambia to the United Nations, Walen Simwaka, state parties to the convention are required to promote, protect, and ensure the full enjoyment of human rights by persons with disabilities, and ensure that persons with disabilities enjoy full equality under the law. The 14th session of the conference states parties is scheduled to take place from 15th to 17th June 2021. Community news comes to you in the community service of Radio Chengelo with compliments of Indo-Zambia Bank and National Institute of Public Administration. An upcoming musician in Chingola district is appealing for support to enable him produce an album. Kasonde Mwape, who heads a Kalindula band called Mfulangoma Mwela Wamangu, explained that lack of money has continued to delay the planned release of his musical album. Speaking to Radio Chingolo News in Chingola, Mwape, who has so far produced 8 songs, is confident that his music will help to shape society. In sports, Run United Football Club has paid tribute to former club legendary striker Ginger Pensulo, who died at the age of 86 in Luanshya. Pensulo became the first Zambian to attend trials in England when he was invited by Leeds United together with another legend, Kenny Banda, in 1963. Run Secretary Geoffrey Ngulube said the club will always remember Pensulo for winning the inaugural National Football League title in 1962 with the Luanshya side. Pensulo played for the national team between 1996 and 1968 when the squad had both white and African players. During his coaching career, he managed Run United, Luanshya United, Zamefa, and Luanshya Mine Police. As we end community news this wonderful morning, we'll take a look at some of the stories making headlines. disband National Trust Fund for Persons with Disabilities. Traditional leaders play a key role in reducing child marriages. An upcoming musician appeal for help. For these and more stories, you can visit our Facebook page, log on to Facebook and like the Radio Chengelo page, and link to radiochengelo.radio12345.com. Remember to play your part in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic by adhering to the safety guidelines as outlined by the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization. Wear a mask when in public. Avoid large groups and maintain social distance. Avoid unnecessary movements. Wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds. Cover your cough or sneeze with a flexed elbow, handkerchief, or tissue. On behalf of the entire newsroom, my name is Sarah Tamina. Have a blessed Wednesday.